Thank you. Well, as always, it's a real pleasure to be able to join you and to celebrate our award winners. I'm slightly frightened by the concept that it's already my 16th ceremony. They seem to have flown by. The good news, of course, is we keep adding really remarkable winners to that list of people that we meet. But it is very nice to see them come back, and that begins to, we see how the Whitley Awards are evolving and how we continue to support them. And hearing from our 2011 Whitley Gold Award winner, Rachel Graham, tonight, is equally encouraging because of her being able to identify how it improves her ability to make a difference. All of our winners, and particularly those who come back, underline the fact that conservation does not happen either overnight or in a year. So one Whitley Award is not going to be the only time that you can make a difference. And it is important that we manage to keep those grants going and keep the connections going over longer periods, so that we give the opportunities for our award winners to develop what they know is necessary and to strengthen their level of support in their own countries. As we were hearing, over 50% of all Whitley Award winners go on to apply for the continuation funding. And that is a really important connection to maintain, that they still come back, they know that this adds value, and that they can make that measurable impact on endangered wildlife, as well as the local communities which allow that to continue. So this is the largest element of the Fund Standard Grants Programme, and several winners, we've been hearing, have received that continuation funding several times because we understand the value of the work that they're doing. And it allows us to continue with those long-term partnerships. We've heard that previous winners are gaining further international recognition as a result of their conservation success, and we hope that the Whitley Fund for Nature Awards makes that easier. We help a little through those international awards because we write nominations and references, and we support winners with applications. Although I was intrigued to hear that every now and again they don't seem to know they've been nominated for those awards, so the winning of them comes as a real surprise. But using that network and using that influence, it just brings them into the sphere of a different group of interested parties. So not just sticking with our awards, but understanding there are other awards out there which they could be available to them. Is an increase of our ability to use the network more wisely. Little time spent on writing a proper nomination can win them more recognition. That's fine, and those in the staff do so extremely successfully. And over the last year, 9 previous winners were recognised for their outstanding achievements, as we heard, have won very prestigious awards elsewhere as well. The stories, of course, are always inspiring. I hesitate to say which year is better than another because, frankly, I think the range of what you face is so different that everyone is truly inspiring and impressive. But what I'd like to underline is that you join a network of over 170 Whitley alumni. And that's what's nice about totting up the years, is that increase in number of the network that I hope you as award winners will find equally encouraging, and somewhere you can go maybe to find some clues about how you drive on within some of the challenges that you face. And the other thing I think we have underlined this year perhaps is the complexity of the challenges that you face. Not just with the local communities, convincing them that the nature there is important to them, but to take on local government and national government in a way to get a message across of the value of what you're doing. Sometimes more difficult to do, but with a network in support which can prove the success of programs elsewhere, I hope that will be able to encourage you that the long-term plans that you have can be fulfilled. The work that you do to convince the communities themselves underpins what you do, because they are the evidence which makes it work. It's funny, it only seems to happen when I'm talking. It's not the first time it's happened. Have you noticed it? I would rather hope that, of course, they were really interested in the results of the awards, and you will tell them. But and we're always looking for more contributions towards the award winners, and maybe next year you can join the happy throng up with your name on an award, but we'll call it something different. But I hope all of us feel that the support that we can give is just as critical for our winners as the support they get locally, to allow them to build on what they know is necessary and use the knowledge and the support that they have here from people like yourselves. We were looking at critically endangered species tonight, dwindling populations, some really small. We really can make a difference, and that part I hope we can make quite quickly. Sometimes we don't regard some of these species we may not have noticed before, but they all deserve our attention because they all have an intrinsic value that cannot be measured, but they should not be ignored. But I hope over the years we have learnt how to measure more effectively just what that intrinsic value is, and many of our award winners prove that year after year. We also, I think, are learning how to make the technology that is available truly smart in terms of how that can make a real difference to wildlife and nature. It might seem contradictory, but we should be able to make it work so that it is smart enough to make a real difference. All of that requires investment, all that requires continuity, and to all of our donors here tonight, for your long-term support, I hope you feel that that gives you an enormous satisfaction to know just how much difference you can make. I do notice that our sponsors over the years seem to have stuck with us, and I hope that is because they're absolutely fascinated to see what the next year is going to bring. Because once you've started, very difficult to stop, because you know every year it's going to be somebody that you can really celebrate and enjoy supporting, hopefully for many years to come. The Whitley Fund for Nature is a direct funding charity. It minimises bureaucracy, it's small, it's efficient. You know where that money is going because you've seen the individuals, you know how it's going to work in the future. And I hope everybody who donates to the fund can consider themselves part of that directness, a direct partner to our award winners, channeling as much funding as possible directly to the work of which you've seen its success and its potential for the future. So thank you very much for doing what you do to allow these individuals the confidence to go on with the work that they have often started under very difficult circumstances. And we may be coming in relatively late in the equation, but we may be coming in at a very crucial moment. And we need to have that funding available to make the best use of the talent out there. And it's a pleasure to welcome the talent that we have seen today. Wish them well in the future. And adding to that, the 170 people on that network, that all of you will add value to each other in your future endeavours. Thank you.